Finish the program and you can have your resume considered for roles at Google and other top companies. Check it out online at g.co/IT certificate. That's g.co/IT certificate. It's 9:58.
Traffic and weather on the 8s and when it breaks.
Accident activity in Landmark is 395 southbound after Duke Street. One left lane is getting by. 66 eastbound after 28 Centerville. Accident activity last seen was blocking 2 right lanes. On 395 northbound in the express lanes as you head up toward Edsel Road. Last seen we had one broken down in the right lane. Look for delays on the Baltimore-Washington Parkway inside the Beltway northbound. Work zone before 410 takes away the right lane. Crash outside the Beltway northbound before Powder Mill had been spun out in the right lane. The WTOP Traffic Center is presented by Window Nation. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Visit windownation.com today. Jack Taylor, WTOP Traffic.
55 degrees today with increasing clouds later on in the afternoon. A very mild 64-degree high expected on Friday under a mostly cloudy sky. Much colder weather moves in for the weekend. High temperatures will be in the mid to upper 30s on Saturday with an 80% chance of rain and snow. Highs back to near 40 and still cloudy on Sunday. I'm Storm Team 4, meteorologist Chuck Bell for WTOP.
And right now it's 44 in the nation's capital.
It's colder than 44.
This is WTOP, Washington's top news. WTOP-FM Washington, WWWT-FM Manassas, WTOP-FM Braddock Heights Frederick, and online at WTOP.com.
Good morning, I'm Mark Lewis.
And I'm Deborah Feinstein. Coming up.
The Senate and House expected to pass a budget compromise today to avoid another government shutdown.
High school students mark a dark anniversary.
The display is pretty powerful.
I'm Nagai Nelly.
Do active shooter drills take a toll on children's sense of safety?
I'm Kate Ryan.
Wall Street is lower. The Dow is down 162, NASDAQ off 14. ABC News is next, sponsored by Lido Pizza. Lido Pizza never cuts corners.
It is 10 o'clock.
From ABC News, I'm Jim Ryan in Parkland, Florida. 1 year to the day after a mass shooting killed 17 people at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. Students and teachers are on campus today, not for classroom instruction, but for a quiet reflection on an event only they can understand.
People can't really help us move on, because it happened to us. We just have to be together.
Ashley Baez is a junior now. She still has a scar on her leg where she was shot a year ago today. In real terms, things have changed, says Broward County School Superintendent Dr. Robert Runcie.
We added over 100 cameras here at Stoneman Douglas. We replaced the door locking mechanisms on all the doors here as well. We have doubled the security staff at Stoneman Douglas from 9 to 18.
In a few minutes, the students, staff, and the survivors of the Parkland school shooting will observe a moment of silence to honor the victims. I'm Jim Ryan, ABC News in Parkland, Florida. Now with more news, here's Brian Clark.
Votes are expected today on Capitol Hill on the budget and border security bill hammered out by congressional negotiators. If signed by President Trump, it would stave off a partial government shutdown that looms tomorrow. Vice President Mike Pence is in Poland at a conference in the Middle East. He's pushing Europe not to break U.S. sanctions against Iran.
America's economic sanctions on Iran are the toughest in history, and will get tougher still unless and until Iran changes its dangerous and destabilizing behavior.
Paul Manafort, the former campaign chair for President Trump, facing new trouble after a judge found he lied to investigators after taking a plea deal.
Any reduction in time that he might get from the 10 charges he was convicted of, including bank and tax fraud, is in serious jeopardy. Before he was caught lying and his deal fell apart, legal analysts told us his prison time would likely be in the range of 7 years. Now it could potentially be more, depending on what the judge decides to do.
ABC's Pierre Thomas, you're listening to ABC News.
It's time to join the millions of people that meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Zoom gives you flawless video, crystal clear audio, and instant sharing across any mobile, tablet, or desktop device. But the best thing about Zoom? It just works. So ditch the distractions, join the movement, and meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Visit Zoom.us to set up your free account today. That's Zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
A good night's sleep starts with the right pillow. That's where MyPillow comes in, and we're excited to announce the new 4-pack special. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the 4-pack special tab, and save 50% off the 4-pack, which includes 2 MyPillow premiums and 2 Go Anywhere pillows. Use promo code SKY at checkout or call 1-800-635-1825. That's 1-800-635-1825. 825 or go to mypillow.com. Click the 4-pack special tab and use promo code SKY at checkout.
Empire actor Jussie Smollett is now talking about being attacked last month in Chicago by two people who he says shouted racist and homophobic slurs. He tells ABC News in an exclusive interview,
"I'm forever changed. And I don't subscribe to the idea that everything happens for a reason, but I do subscribe to the idea that we have the right and the responsibility to make something meaningful out of the things that happen to us, good and bad."
No more driving for Britain's Prince Philip after his recent car crash.
Age catches up on all of us, and royals are no exception. After voluntarily surrendering his driver's license over the weekend, apologizing to those in the other car, no charges will be filed against the soon-to-be 98-year-old. Prosecutors decided it would not be in the public interest. Interestingly, although Philip has given up driving on public roads, he's still legally allowed to drive around on the quite substantial private royal estates. Tom Rivers, ABC News, London.
The EPA has now announced new plans to limit what are known as forever chemicals found in things like non-stick pans and firefighting foam. They never break down. They're so pervasive, some studies say virtually every American has some in their system. Wasn't a great end to the holiday shopping season. The Commerce Department says retail sales in December fell 1.2% compared to November sales. This is ABC News.
It's 10:04 on Thursday, February 14th, 2019. 45, partly cloudy now as we head to the low 50s today.
Live from the Glass Enclosed Nerve Center, this is Washington's top news. 103.5 FM and WTOP.com. Here are Mark Lewis and Deborah Feinstein.
Good morning. It's nice to have you with us. Congress set to resolve its border security brawl today with the president. Lawmakers are preparing to pass a compromise bill that provides just a sliver, though, of the billions that the president had been demanding for a wall with Mexico. It would also avert a government shutdown at the end of the week and finance dozens of federal agencies for the rest of the fiscal year. Congressional leaders plan votes on the package this afternoon. Passage is expected first in the Republican-led Senate and then in the Democratic-controlled House. President Trump's signature is also expected.
It was a year ago today. 17 people killed at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. Students nationwide and here in this area are observing that dark anniversary.
The Parkland shooting led to students organizing mass walkouts and protests calling for tougher gun laws. But today, it's a quiet, solemn time.
I was inspired by the lives of the victims.
At Bethesda Chevy Chase High School, students are using the day to draw attention to the broader issue of gun violence, hanging up 671 white T-shirts along a school fence. Each one representing a teenager who was killed by gun violence in 2018.
Pause recording, Art.
Senior Emily Schrader.
It's a way for students to take a step back and realize the reason why we're fighting in the first place.
In Bethesda, Nick Einelli, WTOP News.
A generation of students have grown up doing active shooter drills alongside things such as fire drills. While the approach to drills varies between school systems, there are questions about the emotional effect they have on children.
Prince George's County School psychologist Dr. Donna Christie says the active shooter drills themselves are often seen as just another routine exercise by kids.
It's more the topic of what the drill is about and how much classroom discussion there is then about why we're having this drill.
She says any discussion should include listening to the concerns and fears kids may have. Christie says preventing school violence should also address students' mental health.
Happy, healthy children don't walk into schools and shoot them up. And so the more we can address the underlying issues that cause somebody to do something, the safer our schools will be.
Kate Ryan, WTOP News. Coming up here on WTOP Radio, some alternatives to the Bay Bridge that are being talked about. That's right after traffic and weather. 10:07.
I'm Melanie King, Manager of IT Projects and National Accounts for American Dairy Queen Corporation. We needed a website to satisfy our home office needs and provide our franchisees with a site for communication with the home office. It's difficult to find a company that works with both large and small businesses. Thankfully, we turned to AmericanEagle.com. After meeting with us, they determined our needs and the needs of our franchisees, each one a small business. We now have an incredibly effective communication tool we love. It's mobile friendly and allows us to manage and communicate national promotions, menu info, and a lot more. It meets all of our business needs. Just remember, when you get the urge for a blizzard or a fantastic burger, stop by your local Dairy Queen. If you're looking for a results-driven web solution that meets your needs, whether you're a small, medium-sized business, or an iconic brand like Dairy Queen, call AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 703 website. That's 703 website, and take your business to new heights.
WTOP at 10:08. Jay Brooks from WTOP Sports. And I just had LASIK from Dr. Boutros at the Eye Center, where the staff from consultation to post.
Traffic and weather on the 8s and when it breaks.
Right now, if you're in Virginia on 66 headed in the eastbound direction, watch for the delays approaching and passing 28 in Centerville. After 28 in Centerville, they move the crash over to the right shoulder, so your travel lanes are reopened. Then you're going to find the volume eastbound after Route 50. This is off and on volume all the way toward the Beltway and inside the Beltway from Route 7 headed in past Washington Boulevard. Southbound 395 after Duke Street, the left lane was getting by the crash. The northbound express lanes at Edsel Road, there was a broken down vehicle in the right lane. And southbound 95 after the Centerport Parkway, the work set up in the left lane. On the Beltway in Virginia, your inner loop delays are coming from 66 around into Tysons. Watch for any activity there. We also have delays on northbound to 395, actually northbound 95 in Springfield, headed on to northbound 395 toward 236 Duke Street. Watch for any work that may be setting up along the left side. Northbound Baltimore Washington Parkway before Powder Mill Road. The crash was reported along the right side. If you're inside the Beltway, northbound before 410, the work in the right lane. Southbound on the Baltimore Washington Parkway moving from 198 to 197. That's pothole repair in the right lane. Southbound 270 before Montgomery Village Avenue, the earlier wreck was along the right side. And the westbound span of the Bay Bridge, the right lane of 3 is blocked with the work. Eastbound, both lanes should be open. WTOP reporters are driven by Fitzgerald Auto Mall. Find a used car you can trust with the no-haggle Fitzway low monthly payment at Fitzgerald Used Cars in Wheaton. Transparency and trust, that's the Fitzway. I'm Rita Kessler, WTOP Traffic.
Get a $59 precision furnace tune-up by calling 800-948-MIKE. Beautiful weather for your Valentine's Day, mostly sunny now. We'll see a little bit more cloud cover later in the day, but no rain today, high 55. Cloudy overnight, temperatures in the low 40s by Friday morning, and a mild start will lead to a mild afternoon tomorrow. Cloudy and 64 on Friday afternoon. Over the weekend, though, colder and a lot of clouds. Chance for a slushy inch or two of snow on Saturday afternoon with highs in the mid-30s. Back to near 40 on Sunday with some late-day raindrops. I'm Storm Team 4, meteorologist Chuck Bell for WTOP.
It is 45 degrees in the nation's capital as we head to the low 50s later today.
WTOP at 10:11. It is so early in the process, the state isn't even ready to talk about it yet. But we know Maryland and the Federal Highway Administration want to look at 14 different possibilities for a new Bay Bridge crossing.
Maps showing all the different possibilities on the table were released by Delegate Robin Grammer this week. And while the state says it's too early to comment, one local leader warns
folks are going to organize against this.
Anne Arundel County Executive Stuart Pittman says he's against not just the 4 crossings that would impact his county, but all of them, saying by the time anything is actually built, it'll be outdated.
I think it makes a lot more sense to be, looking at train that goes along the route of Route 50, that goes on the median of Route 50 potentially, and then that could go across where the Bay Bridge is.
But he says if you build a new bridge to bring more traffic into rural areas,
the next thing you know, you paved over the Eastern Shore. Nobody on the Eastern Shore wants that.
John Doman, WTOP News.
Maryland is set to receive $4.5 million in federal funding to help with repairs after last year's flooding in Ellicott City in western Maryland. The Baltimore Sun says that money will go to the Maryland State Highway Administration in order to repair roads. Businesses along Ellicott City's Main Street were destroyed in a flood for the second time in 2 years, and 1 man died in those floodwaters.
10:12. There's nothing unusual about an office romance. It's easy to see how spending all those hours a day with someone who shares a similar interest can blossom into something more. And one area line of work has a rather high number of couples.
One could say that's the sound of love. Why exactly? Well, the Montgomery County Fire and Rescue Service is home to an estimated dozen married couples.
I was volunteering and we just kind of ran into each other at the hospital.
Megan Horrell is a firefighter and paramedic at Station 32 in Rockville, Maryland.
We just ended up talking one night, and then I ran into him again.
At the time, John was a paramedic. He was training to be one, so he offered to help her study.
What's your side of the story?
That's about right. And then the studies just became a little bit more.
They've been married 10 years. They have 3 kids and work opposite shifts at the station. Michelle Ruth met her husband William running calls together out of separate stations in 1996.
So we just had our 20th anniversary in November.
And the rest was history after firefighter Susan Cleveland introduced herself to Tommy, now her husband, while he was washing an ambulance at Station 40.
We became good friends, and then we started dating after that.
Something in the water, perhaps?
I definitely think it's the line of work. It's nice to have somebody who we can talk to about what we do, who understands what we deal with every day.
The close-knit, family-like environment of the fire station also helps to foster relationships.
You meet some wonderful people and become family. I don't think you join this department or this job to find a spouse, but the fact that it happens, and it happens quite often, says something about the kind of people that are here.
Rachel Nania, WTOP News.
WTOP at 10:14.
The sounds of Nationals Park, your place for baseball in the nation's capital. Your Washington Nationals will begin the 2019 season at home, and single-game tickets are on sale now. Don't miss great giveaways like the first bobblehead of the season, Juan Soto. Exciting new food made fresh daily like the Walking Taco, and a reloaded Nationals roster that's ready to compete for the top spot in the NL East. Get your tickets now at nationals.com.
Hey, it's Jay Brooks with WTOP Sports, and I just had LASIK from Dr. Boutros at the Eye Center, where the staff from consultation to post-surgery care, in my opinion, is the best you can get when you choose to see clearer, free of contacts and glasses. With his 30 years of experience, Dr. Boutros explained every step to me, before and then during the procedure, which was so easy, as the Eye Center prepared me for one of the most positive experiences of my life, as I am enjoying life seeing without having to wear my contacts or glasses. And more people can now experience what I am, as the Eye Center has 5 locations throughout Northern Virginia, now also in Manassas. The Eye Center is also celebrating their 30-year anniversary. Schedule your free LASIK consultation before the end of the month. You can enjoy $3,000 savings, their biggest yet. For more information, call the Eye Center at 888-844-2020. That's 888-844-2020. I waited a long time to be able to finally see clearer without my contacts and glasses. Don't wait like I did, and see if you can join me in my life after LASIK.
Let's get a check of Wall Street this morning. Jeff Claypool.
The Dow is down 90 points. Money news in 10 minutes on WTOP.
Sports at 15 and 45. Powered by Red River. Technology decisions aren't black and white. Think red.
George Wallace.
All right, Debbie, the Wizards lose last night. Their final game before the All-Star break, 129-120 in Toronto. Now 7-23 away from Capital One Arena. The Wizards had a 12-point lead, then a 32-9 run by the Raptors pretty much does them in. They gave up 44 points in the third quarter to the Wizards. Bradley Beal led the way, 28 points and 11 assists, but could not contain Pascal Siakam. 44 points last night, 15 of 25 shooting, 4 of 5 from 3, and he definitely led the way for Toronto as the Raptors get the 9-point win. Wizards now 10 games under 500 at 24-34, and still 3 back of the 8th spot now at the All-Star break. Capitals in San Jose this evening, coming off a loss the other night. College basketball, it was Seton Hall beating Georgetown 90-75 last night. St. Louis over George Washington 73-58. George Mason, the lone bright spot, locally 80-75 winners over UMass in overtime last night. American falls to Loyola by 2. Navy a loser to Lafayette 80-74 last night as well. George Wallace, WTOP Sports.
Up ahead on WTOP, we'll tell you why some area parents are facing lawsuits. It's 10:17.
I was watching a commercial where somebody was talking about the sensation of your socks being all balled up under your toes, when in fact they're not. But I said, that's exactly what I got.
After being diagnosed with neuropathy, a neurologist didn't give Mark many answers.
And he said, well, you can take some vitamins. We can prescribe a painkiller. I said, but I don't have any pain.
And he said, well, there's really not much else you can do. I called to set up an appointment with Virginia Family Chiropractic because they were the only treatment I could find that didn't involve taking drugs or painkillers or things like that.
Virginia Family Chiropractic combines high-dose laser with nerve regeneration methods that can rehabilitate damaged nerves.
I have to say, I'm kind of amazed. The change for my feet has been truly amazing.
If you experience numbness, shooting pains, or loss of balance, call to learn if you're a candidate for our drug-free and non-surgical treatment. Virginia Family Chiropractic, 571-350-3520 or virginiafamilychiropractic.com.
WTOP at 10:18.
Traffic and weather on the 8s and when it breaks.
Might as well turn it off.